Hey lovelies, welcome to day 4 of our summer sessions. Today is going to be a stretch for the backs of our bodies, so from underneath the soles of our feet all the way up to the tops of our heads. So I'm going to get you to get into a pose that some of you may not be particularly familiar with. And it's called toe stretch. So you might want to put some pillows underneath your knees. You're going to come onto your knees and take all of your toes, if you can, and try and get them to touch the floor. And if you're new to this, I'd put your hands on the floor and just start to take some deep, deep breaths in through the nose, tucking the chin in. And you're looking for a light to mild stretch. However, if you've got tight toes or you're new to this can feel incredibly intense. So stay connected to your breath, stay in your body, and try not to force. So it's a light pressure, not too much. Softening your elbows. Those of you more familiar to this pose, you may find that you're upright here. However, if you're a bit dehydrated or you didn't sleep very well or you've had some stress, all these things can affect how much tension we hold. And if this is a pose you're not used to doing on top of that as well, it can be like, whoa. So just being mindful, just here for another 20 seconds if you can. We can try and stay in these poses for at least 90 seconds. It really helps to get into the deep fascia tissue to help create the change and the shift, release the body. And if you're clenching your teeth or your jaw, softening. Take one more deep breath in here. Maybe a sigh of relief. Release the feet, be really slow. Coming straight over onto your bottoms. If you've got tight hamstrings, you're going to want bent knees or pillows underneath you. You're literally going to slump forwards, tuck your chin in, and you're looking for a pull-in sensation mildly, back of the legs, all the way up, perhaps to your neck, and this channel connects all the way into the space between your eyebrows, known as our root channel, root chakra, or connects us to the earth element. And again, just close the eyes and try and find a bit of stillness. If you're not used to sitting still in a yoga pose, though, it can feel quite challenging. So again, I invite you to really connect to your breath. Perhaps notice where the breath feels a bit stiff or uncomfortable to breathe into. And as you breathe out, maybe sighing out, you may find that you melt a little bit more. Now, you might be really upright, so try not to force this as well, just being really kind. We've literally got 15 more seconds. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. And just coming all the way up really slowly. And I invite you just to lay straight on your backs. We're just going to rebound here. Taking some nice deep breaths in. And breathing out, perhaps with a sigh or a hum. And just tune in. How does your energy feel? Can you feel that flow? When you're ready, stretch your arms above your head. Point your toes. Hug your knees in and either roll to one side or rock to sit up. Okay. We're going to take our right leg out and bring your left foot in. You might need to be more diagonal as you tip forward. So we're going to start to create a bit of movement down the back of the body and the inside of the groin. So either slide the hands over or maybe one hand comes forwards here. And just take some subtle movement. taking 2 more breaths and then sitting up. So we're going to take our left arm up, take it behind us, and we're going to take our right hand up. You can either stay here or you can just push the hips up and then just sit down like a cartwheel, so you're going round and back. So we're opening from the back to the front a little bit here. And you might be moving a lot slower than me, so just find a sensation and breathe. And on this next one, I'd like you to see if you can stay up and push your hips up towards the sky and reach back. Point your right toes down if you can. Maybe look at your back arm. And then take a seat and swap the legs over. Your foot might not touch your thigh, that's fine. It might have a gap. And again, just create like a bit of movement. Maybe your hands come forwards. Gentle rocking, not too much. And then coming up. Take your right hand up, take it behind you, take your left arm up, push the hips up, reach back, breathe. And just take a few of these as you tip forward, so you become like a circular motion. Nice deep inhale, maybe as you lift your hips up. And on this next one, you're going to stay up with the hips, take a few breaths. Maybe point your left toes down, maybe look behind you. And then taking a seat, bring the legs in, coming onto your knees. Tuck your toes, coming into a downward dog. Lightly press one foot towards the mat at a time. Shift your body weight. Doesn't matter if your heels touch the floor or not. I'm looking for more of a lengthening down the backs of the legs and a lengthening around the shoulders. 2 more breaths here. And then coming down onto your knees. So again, looking for that stretch. We're going to be working across the shoulders now. Now I'm going to give you a couple of options because this can be a bit intense. So knees in line with hips and ankles, and then you can walk your hands forwards and maybe your forehead comes down into melting heart pose, or perhaps your chin. If you've got tight shoulders, you might not be able to get down too much. Alternative exercise, you can drop down into Sphinx, elbows in line with your forearms, and just taking some breaths in and focus a look across the back of the spine. Breathing into the chest, drop the chin down. So we're going to be here for about 90 seconds. So wherever you're at, if you're in melting heart pose, just be kind here. If you're new to this, it can feel quite intense. Sometimes you get like, you can feel like there needs to be a click and it may release, it may not. So try not to force and just trust that it will open in its own time. And if you're in that Sphinx, trying to surrender into the lower back and relaxing your hips. If you're in Sphinx as well, what I quite like to do is drop one ear towards the shoulder. You get a stretch down the back of your neck and the side of your neck. And then changing to the other side maybe. If you're new to these poses though, maybe just finding stillness. And if you've done the classes from the couple of days before, you might be feeling the effects. So just being kind to yourself as well. And it's so important to make space for the replenishment and the rest of the muscles. And this in turn will make us a bit like bamboo. Strong yet flexible. As one of my favorite yoga teachers always says, Travis Elliott, we bend so we do not break. So we find that elasticity in these kind of poses. And wherever you're at, just coming down onto the floor, make a pillow maybe for your head and just relax for a moment. And if you've got any tension or anything that's maybe been on your mind or anything that you feel maybe you're carrying even in your body, maybe as you breathe out, you can see, sense, feel, or imagine it just dissolving down into the earth. Sending it off with love and gratitude so that Mother Earth can alchemize this for her growth and her fertility. and allowing us to open space, what kind of energy perhaps we would like to invite in or enhance or awaken within us. And maybe just reflecting for a moment, what kind of energy would you like to invite in over these next 30 days? Is it focus or strength? Perhaps it's kindness and compassion. What kind of energy would you like to create space for over these next 30 days? Then when you're ready, coming up, back to a downward dog, just pedal your feet. Dropping down onto your knees. Coming into a seated position. Just to finish the practice, let's just take some circles round from right to left. And while we're connecting to the energy of the earth, connecting to our ground, Mother Gaia, switch sides. What kind of energy would you like to maybe invite in from her? Coming to center, switch your legs over. And just placing your hands on your heart, just close your eyes and tune in. Maybe it's her strength, her abundance, her resilience. And just feeling that energy coming into your heart space. Allowing it to connect to every cell in your body. And then feeling that energy come back into your heart space. And then sending it all the way around you into your auric field. Knowing that you are divinely protected and divinely safe. Taking a deep breath in, come back to your heart space. Rub your palms together. Allow your hands to open over your eyes. And your eyes to open in your palms. Hands in a prayer, just giving thanks to yourself. Namaste. Thanking our Mother Earth for her support, her strength, her abundance, her nurture, her resilience. Up to our Father Sky, Cosmos, Universe, Source, ancestors, whatever aligns for you. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed today's session and I will see you tomorrow or perhaps in a few days. Who knows? Ciao.